Hey Leo, this is your general tarot reading for Leo, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of September. Leo, I hope you enjoyed your birthday season. I hope it all went really, really well for you, but now we're moving on. We're in Virgo season, so what does that mean for you? Well, it means that there's going to be a big focus on financial things, on money. You're going to be wondering, what do I do with my money? How do I get more money? How do I invest my money? How do I receive money? Maybe that's due to me. So it's all on your mind, playing with money and really getting practical with money and the whole idea around your value, how much you earn, things like that. When we get into Virgo season, Leo, it's about being super practical, super organized, and never neglecting any of the details, because I think this month for you, it's the details that are going to help you solve something maybe financially, or definitely help you see through maybe some financial mess. That could be happening maybe for you or even for your partner, for those of you in a relationship. It's a real month this month where you've got to pay attention to the details. You've got to examine every document before you sign anything, before you handshake on something, buy, sell anything. You've got to be paying attention to every single detail. This is definitely not a month where you can wing it, bluff it, or talk your way out of anything. It's got to be all literally in black and white. Otherwise, Leo, with the energies this month, you could actually end up getting caught out financially. Why? Well, there's a big full moon this month on September 14th in Pisces, in the 8th house. Now, it's also where Neptune is retrograding for you in the 8th house. And you're, say, on the opposite side of things, looking right over here. And maybe for some of you, you might notice that somebody this month could be trying to do you out of money, trying to sell you the dream, sell you the big idea, give you the glamour. And you say, here, take my money, take it. Just give me the lifestyle, give me the glamour, give me whatever the hell you're selling. I don't need to know the details. I just need to buy in to the illusion that you're selling me. So in practical terms, what could this mean, Leo? For example, say if you want to move home, you want to either rent a new home or buy a new home. There could be a real moment here where you go through the internet or through the estate agent or whatever, and you could see this dream home. You could see all the photographs of it. You like the name of it. You like the whole vibe of it. It's got your decor style all in there. And you say, I don't want to know anymore. It's obvious that the universe has sent me this. I don't need to know the details. I just want this. Give it to me. And it's like buying into a dream and parting with your cash, only to later maybe discover that that beautiful dream home that you bought from the plans or from the photographs or from the brochure or rented turns out to be, I don't know, right next door to a really busy factory that works morning, noon and night, and you can't get a moment's peace. There is a real need here, Leo, for you to be super paying attention to anyone or anything that is selling you the lifestyle, selling you the dream, and where you might easily get caught in going along with that, So as they say, a fool and their money part ways easily, and you're no fool, Leo. So don't you part with your money too quickly by somebody who's able, I feel for you, Leo, it's somebody who's able to put on the schmooze, somebody who's able to put on the charm, somebody who's able to invite you into their office and everything is all so impressive and they want you to sign on the dotted line. Don't do it. Don't do it until you say, give me all of this in writing. Let me go home and read the fine print, the fine detail before I sign a damn thing. And it will be the truth that's in the detail, not in this glamorous ideal that you're trying to sell me. So that's very, very key as the first card comes out. Now, it was the Empress, and it was like that. Okay, so we'll get a few more cards going on here, Leo. Another one jumping out there. Yeah, don't either be in a rush to buy something luxurious perhaps this month, or buy into something like buying a luxury car, and you buy it because the person just looks like somebody who would never sell you anything wrong. They're pleasant, they're nice, there's a feeling in your heart that they would never do you wrong. And that same shady person could be doing this to lots of people, selling bangers of cars and things like that, but they can do it with such a flair that you'd never guess. So that's the real heavy energy here, Leo, that I want you to be super mindful of. I'm going to go down this road too. For those of you who entrust somebody to make a big decision for you, you're entrusting your partner to maybe find a new home or find a new investment, or to find the right something, the right contract for you or something. Go this month and say, listen, I know that I said you take care of that, but let's sit down for a moment and see how you're getting on with that. I've trusted somebody maybe with my finances. I've trusted somebody with my business. I've trusted somebody to take care of a contract or take care of something. This is the month, Leo, where you say, no, I'm an adult here. Although I don't mind delegating something to somebody, I do still have a duty of care to at least oversee it, and not for somebody to just pawn me off and say, I'm taking care of everything. You just go back and lie back, Leo, because I'm taking care of it all. You're smarter than this, Leo. Go in and say, oh, okay, I trust you, but I still want to see the details. I still want to see how you're taking care of my money. I still want a detailed report from my bank account. I want a report from my service providers, internet, cell phone. I want to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Why? Not because I'm judging you, but because I want to know the details. It's just not enough this month, Leo, for somebody to pawn you off with, everything's fine, this is all going to work out. Trust it, trust it, trust it. You don't trust a damn thing unless you see it in black and white this month, Leo. That's all I'm saying to you. Yeah. I think some of you, there could be this month, on a positive note, because we're not going to go all down the negative note, but on a positive note, for some of you it could mark the end of some tension that there could have been around a financial situation, about taxes, loans, investments, receiving money back from an insurance claim or from a court claim or anything like that. This month could mark the end of that for some of you. So that's really, really positive. But again, we do have to go back and balance this out with other things that could be happening too. This is a real strong month, Leo, where you could really see somebody that you put a huge level of trust in. You could see them for who they really are. I'm sorry to say, you could see that maybe some of them are absolute manipulators. Leo, I get a feeling that for some of you this month, you might get a sudden shock when you realize that you've been a pawn in somebody else's game. They have factored you in on something, like they have befriended you, or maybe even gotten into a relationship with you, or even a business partnership with you, because they recognize that you might have a bit of cash, or they recognize that you won't ask questions, or they recognize that you're very trustworthy, or they see a talent or a skill in you. They see your ability to shine in some way, and you say, well, this person trusts me and I trust them, and the shock will come when you might say, well, actually, I thought this was coming from a genuine place. I was just something that they were using. And they were telling me all the right things, all the things that I needed to hear, to butter me up, to make me do what they wanted to do. I thought we had a plan. It turns out that I was part of their plan. So that's quite shocking. And that's why I say this month is all about damage control. And what I believe strongly, Leo, is that you can control all of this before there is any damage set in place. So how do you control it? As I said, if you've entrusted somebody with something in your life, something that You've delegated to them, but that's actually very important. More likely to do with your money. Don't just accept that they're telling you the truth because they're a nice person and why would they lie to me? Go in, get the details, get everything down in writing. Every judgment that you make this month, your first thing that you have to do is remove the gold tinted glasses, not just the rose tinted glasses, but the gold tinted glasses, the rose gold glasses. Set them aside and say, now with real, detailed, intelligent Leo mind, heart and soul, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at this outside of the bubble of the gloss and the veneer that's around it. And I will save something maybe even this month, save myself from embarrassment, save myself from getting angry, save myself from even being used or even conned, because I was able to ignore the human triggering or the emotional triggering and pay attention to the absolute black and white facts of the thing. So that's very key. And before you buy anything, Leo, especially big purchases, anything, investments, even anything, before you buy a damn thing or sign a contract for a damn thing, you make sure you go over the details. If it's buying a home or renting a home or buying a vehicle, you don't just buy anything off pictures that you've seen on the internet. You actually have to get into your car and get over there and really, with a real sharp Leo eye, examine the lay of the land, because this is your territory. That's what you do, Leo. You are the one who sits in the middle of the territory and observes the lay of the land. And that is how you control any damage. Damage control. Everything, every problem is averted if you do that whole Leo thing of surveying everything around you with that sharp eye and mastering your territory. Yeah, that came out like that. Actually, that did come out like that. So let me get a few more cards going on here, Leo. I see some very positive things happening for you too. I think your whole attitude towards money might level up a bit this month. There's a level of maturity happening here between you and your money, and also with self-esteem, self-worth too. Let's not underestimate that. A whole sense of you suddenly understanding your value in the whole game of things. Somebody might be trying to con you or dupe you. There might be a real moment of you saying, well, they tried that, not because I'm a fool, but actually because I've got more value than I've previously seen. They could have done this with a lot of people, but they chose me. Okay, they didn't make a fool of me, but why did they choose me? Probably because I'm very good at what I do. Probably because I have a lot to offer. Probably because my value is worth more than maybe some other people they could have selected to try to make a fool out of. So this is a real moment of maturity. You see, there's always somewhat of a lesson here in some of these heavier aspects. There's the lesson of I need to take a better handle over this, a better level of control over this. I am worth so much more. And that person's shadiness or that person trying to fool me out of something has taught me that. Yeah. So that's very good. And that's something that you'll continue with. There's also a strong feeling here too, Leo, of learning how to defend yourself against those who think that it's okay to just come in and take from you, or who think that it's okay to play games with you. That's what I really feel. To try it on with you, to see how far they can push you, to see how far they can pull the wool over your eyes. There's that real satisfactory moment I feel for you, Leo, this month where you say, bitch, you tried it. You did try it. Gotta hand it to you. You did try it. You didn't get anything out of it, but I got something out of it. What I got out of it is that I'm sharper, smarter. And I also know that I will never again be fooled by this game. This game. There's also a real wake-up moment here, Leo, of being able to see how people play games. There's a level of manipulation in some aspect of your life. somewhere. It doesn't have to be with money. It could be with relationships, family, friendships, something. There is a level of manipulation and gameplay that you may have been quite innocent about before. You know, you're quite trusting. You're no fool, I'm not saying that, but you're quite trusting. And there are people out there who really do live their lives playing shitty and shady games. And there's a real moment where you have to accept that this month. But for me again, Leo, I think it's damage averted. I think you don't lose anything here if you're paying attention, but you gain that really strong lesson of not everybody plays fair in this world, and not everybody who smiles and acts really sweet and kind and polite is actually that. Sometimes the wolf is in sheep's clothing, and that's where you grow up. That's where you... Oh, this card's jumping and leaping, the card of investments and money. Yeah, that's where you mature. Yeah, so it's all good, Leo. It's all good. And it gives you a greater sense of power, and also a sense of knowing that in some cases you have to be a bit more ruthless. I mean, you are the lion, the lioness. Don't forget how the lion and the lioness gains its territory. It might lounge and enjoy its time, but it didn't just win that territory. It had to fight for it, and sometimes it had to fight dirty for it. And there's a real moment where you get that killer instinct back again, Leo, where you say, people have to see my claws. People have to know that just because I look cute and fluffy at times when I'm rolling and need my belly rubbed, that's not all who I am. There is a ferocity to me too. There is a fierceness, and there is the energy here in my spirit of somebody who will fight anybody who tries to take from me. So that's what I like, Leo. That's what I like for you that's coming in. That reconnection to that instinct. That's it's woken up in you again. That I'm playful, I'm cute, I like my belly rubbed. But don't forget that I am the king, the lion, the lioness here. Don't forget how I got to this point. And don't forget how I express my annoyance if somebody tries to take my hard-won money, reputation, or something away from me. So that's the big game, and the game is on, Leo. And you are going to get your ferocity back, which I like. Yeah, that came out. It came out like that. Let me get 3 more cards for you, my love. Gameplay, gameplay, gameplay. But they don't know who they're playing with. That's the key. And maybe that's the thing too. You didn't know who they were playing with. And that's how you reconnect. So let me get these 2 cards. Power coming back. You see, all second house energy is about power coming back. Tapping into your inner resources, tapping into your power, and not always having to show the nice side of yourself. I mean, that's bullshit. Always having to show the nice side of yourself, always having to be nice, kind, polite, sweet, helpful, being of service to other people, being overly trusting to people. That's nonsense. And that's how you trip and fall. Let's not forget that you get your power from that killer instinct you have in you, which is to defend, and which is to let people know, you know, come that little bit closer and you'll feel the wrath. And that's very healthy. Anywhere where you can get that huge level of confidence, self-value, self-worth back, don't judge that as anything negative. Know that it's where you get your power. Now, let's know where we get these last 2 cards, Leo. Okay. 1 hopped out there. We'll wait on 1 more. Yeah. But there is financial success coming for you. I know that. And the last card that came out is the star. The star. Leo, the shining star. Now, my love, let's go over to your big, grand, shining, ta-da, overview. So, here we are. The Empress. The one who's abundant. The one who rules over abundance. Not feeling so sure, not feeling like she knows how to handle what she has, and maybe delegating it to other people, not being so confident in her position of power, maybe forgetting her position of power. Now she is Demeter, the daughter or the mother of Persephone, who was taken to the underworld against her will, and she is in mourning. Now when we start entering autumn, winter, a lot of the time she starts appearing in cards because she is kind of saying, you know, the announcement of winter, kind of autumn, winter is coming. But for you, Leo, this is a real moment of saying, I didn't know just what I had. I didn't know how abundant I was. I didn't know how valuable I was. I didn't know what I was worth. There's been a lot that has been taken from me. Things that I valued, things that were precious to me, maybe relationships, maybe work, maybe your own feeling of self-value. It's like there has been a long string of loss, of, you know, a long feeling that you couldn't quite sit into your power, Leo, because you felt the sharp loss perhaps of something. And now this is where it's turning around. This is where something new is going to start happening for you. I want you to be very conscious of something, Leo. I want you to be very conscious about not going in through this month from a position of loss, or like from a position of not knowing what you're doing, like a feeling defenseless and powerless, and then communicating everything from that space. You know, there's a lot coming in here that I feel, Leo. I feel a lot of you could be taking very bold risks with something that maybe you shouldn't be taking risks on. It's like this feeling of, I don't want to lose, I've already lost enough, so I'm going to take a big risk on something. Like, for example, if you have a house and you want to build an extension and you need to get planning permission, and you don't actually get the planning permission, but you build it anyway because you say, I trust that the permission will come. I don't want to be at a loss. I want to gain, but at any cost. And then later you might find out that you don't get the planning permission, and then you're screwed and it all goes wrong. It's like taking a chance on something that's not going to pay off for you, but because it's coming from a place of feeling like you're losing, feeling like if I don't do it now, then I'll lose it forever. If I don't strike now, then I'll lose it forever. If I don't invest now, then I'll lose it forever. If I don't act now, I'll lose it forever. So, trying to get abundance from a place of lack is never going to work, Leo. And this is a whole mindset thing that has to change. It could be people coming into you, selling, as I said, selling you a dream, and you're saying, well, I'm already losing, so what little I have, I'll throw it at this. I don't care about the reality of it. I just want something good to happen. And that's like, you know, losing, already losing, but then losing further because you're acting out of a place of lack. And then running with something, communicating, yes, buy that thing, yes, I want that house, I will rent that, I will buy that. That car that you have for sale, I will take it. That expensive luxury item that you're selling, I will take it. Because it will make me feel like I'm not losing. It will make me feel like I've struck a great deal, even though somewhere deep down in my gut I know there's got to be something wrong with this because it's so cheap, or there's something I'm not feeling, but I'll ignore that, I'll just jump with it because I don't want to be left with nothing. So that's a whole mind shift that has to be observed here right from the beginning of the month, Leo. You are not losing. I know with the North Node in the 12th house in Cancer, where it could feel like that you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what's going on for you in the future, you don't know how to make certain plans, you don't know what's around the corner, it's all a little bit mysterious for you. But this is a real month where some of that mystery is taken out. around the time of the full moon, particularly September 14th, there will be a lot of revelations. There will be a lot of things shown to you, a lot of truths revealed, and a lot of power may be returned to you, Leo. So what I want you to focus on very early from the start of the month is not to make hasty decisions from a place of lack, wanting to be in a key position in your work, wanting to be the one who drives that fabulous car, wanting to be somewhere, but feeling like if I don't go along with something, or if I don't act now, even though my gut is saying the contrary, then I will end up losing. No, that has to stop. And I need to say this to you, Leo. The reason why it has to stop is you're definitely going to be shown this month how much more power you have than you thought. You're very, very powerful. And this is what's been accentuated this month. That's going to be revealed. You have a bigger part to play in your life than you've given it credit for. You have more control of a situation than you ever thought you had. You've more... Where you once thought that you had no control over a situation or an outcome, it turns out that you are the pivotal one. You are the one that actually has the most control here. So I need you to know that right from the start of the month, that control and power are going to be shown to you in a different way. And if you're not hasty, and if you don't rush into something early on in the month, Leo, then you will have really taken control of something that could have otherwise damaged a certain situation. Sorry if that sounds very vague, but it's just this thing of, even though you might not feel it at the start of the month, I need you to know that you have far more power than you think you do. You are not as much of a loss as you think you are. And you should not act on anything from a position of feeling like, if I don't get this now, buy this now, do this now, immediately, then I will lose out. Wait and observe every detail first. Otherwise, if you don't, Leo, you could be getting yourself entangled in what I feel is a bit of either a financial mess or a power struggle between you and somebody else, or getting caught in the net by somebody who probably is trying to fool you in some way. And that's why I'm lingering with this, Leo, because I don't want that to happen to you. I know you don't want that to happen either. So you be a cautious lion and a cautious lioness right from the start of the month. Nobody makes you jump, nobody makes you move, nobody forces your hand until you're ready. And that's you getting back the control. That's you removing that sense of lack and getting back that feeling of, wait, bitches, hold on, I'm in control of this. Nothing happens until I decide what's happening next. But there are some challenges coming up, and it's from somebody who's trying to, I think, make a fool of you. Could they be from the water signs, Sun, Moon or Ascendant, Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer? Strong Piscean energy, maybe strong Scorpion energy also, but very strong Piscean energy. But there is this thing of, they want to hurry you up. Hurry up, make a decision, hurry up, jump now, you don't have a lot of time, hurry up, sign on the dotted line, hurry up. It's only a secret deal, a secret offer. If you sign now, then you can get this. If you wait till after this time, then you lose out. Never, ever take part in those shady type of things where somebody says, oh, well, it must be done before this date, otherwise you lose. And they want you to buy now or do something now or jump now and ignore the details. It's like they're dazzling you with something, Leo. That's what I feel. Somebody is dazzling you. holding something shiny and sparkly. And I know you love shiny, sparkly things like the cat and the Christmas tree, and, you know, hitting the baubles. Don't be the cat and the Christmas tree. Don't be distracted by something shiny and sparkly when you know in your gut that it's not right. You know it. Don't be fooled by the glamour of something. By the buy it now, you're going to lose if you don't do this, you're going to lose. And certainly I want to say this too, if you feel at any point that somebody is trying to threaten you or intimidate you, or somebody comes out of the woodwork and points at you and tries to bring a bunch of bullshit your way, but they do it in such a way where they're trying to paint you as something nasty or negative, and the only way that you can fix this is if you do it my way, you know? The only way you can get your good name back or this back is if you play it my way, or if you buy into my bullshit. Leo, people will come, I'm sure of it, this month, and they will try to sell you either the positive glitzy dream or some negative bullshit that they're projecting on you. Both of them are to be completely ignored, and you sit in the middle with your power and say, hold on a minute, both of you bitches, hold on, and let me examine this. Let me see what's at play here. Let me see what's going on. You want me to jump into a response about something negative that you're bringing me, and you want me to jump into doing something immediately. Do it now. It's glitzy, it's shiny. Two bitches, and both of you can wait until I'm ready to decide. Neither of you are going to make me jump until I'm ready. I will not be triggered into a response. I will not be triggered into acting out of character. I will not be triggered into jumping against my will. I will not be triggered into uprooting my beliefs. I will not be triggered into doing something that's out of character for me. And I will not be told by anybody else who they think I am, projecting onto me. And I will not be told by anybody else who they think I should be. Both of you, back the hell off. I'm not going to be painted as either good, bad, or anything by anybody else this month. I'm in control of this. I'm in control of my narrative. I'm in control of what I'm pushing out there. I'm in control of what other people see about me, how other people respect me, with Uranus retrograding in the 10th house. I'm responsible for my image, for what I do. I'm responsible for my good name, for my reputation. I'm responsible for that. So that's very strong. There's a lot coming in. This is a very intense month for everybody. Very positive, because we learn a lot of stuff. But we also have to swat a few negative things out of our way like flies, you know. Now mid-month, something is changing. For some of you, could it be to do with family or home? I think that there could be a very positive thing happening for some of you who want to move home. Again, if you're not buying into the dream, you got to do the legwork, you got to watch and read the contract, you've got to actually get in your car and go there, you've got to feel the lay of the land, observe your territory. You can't buy off plans this month. It's not a good idea. But for those of you moving home, changing home, that change could happen, and it could be very positive if you do it in all the right ways, Leo. If there's an issue around family, that could turn out very positive mid-month too. If maybe a family member has been going through something, they might need a bit of a shoulder to cry on. Now, of course, Leo, you can't just throw money at a situation. Remember that if they're going through something, you can't say, oh, here, I'll give you everything that I have and I hope that that makes it better. No, they're adults. They have to fix their own mess, you know. But you can be there to listen, to maybe give good advice, offer some support, some emotional support. You're quite good at solving problems, Leo. So maybe you can help with certain things or open a few doors for somebody. I don't know. But if there is somebody mid-month going through a bit of a crisis, maybe even a financial crisis, they could lose their job or something, they might turn to you and just give what you can. You don't have to be all the hero here either, Leo. You don't have to go in and rescue the day. Remember, these are adults. They have to figure shit out themselves. But as I said, you can give some moral support, and that's very good. But definitely a positive vibe happening, a positive turnaround within a family situation or a home situation. And that seems to set you on a much better track. It seems to be like something that brings you more luck. Maybe the thing about changing home is very important for some of you. It's like there's too many memories in this place, or I'm not enjoying living here anymore. It's old, I'm tired of being here. I need something new. I need a fresh new start in a fresh new place. And for many of you, that's exactly the right thing for you to be in control of this month. Don't delegate that to anybody else. It's you who control that home move, maybe. Now, I also see you getting super smart with your money. You really are, Leo. You're getting very, very smart. Some of you are thinking of investing, saving, opening up new money things, whatever that may be, new accounts, new something. But I tell you what, Leo, make sure again that you know what you're doing. Here we have the Queen of Money in a reverse position, somebody who's not entirely authentic or trustworthy. The very strong energy here, Leo, of I want all of you to go through your bills this month. I really do. Every bill that you pay, look at it. If some of you employ tax accountants of any sort, somebody that manages your accounts, manages money, or handles something on your behalf, even a mortgage account or a savings account, I actually want you to approach all of these people, all of these bills that you have, and say, I need a statement, I need a report, I need to see what's going on. I need the facts. Because I believe somewhere along the line, Leo, if you lay out all your expenditure and you know everything that you're paying for this month, then you might see how you're overpaying something or somebody's not working, or somebody's not giving you good financial advice. Sorry, they could be sitting on their laurels but sending you a fee for the work that they're not doing. So that's for some of you. So I need you to be really in control of your finances this month. Now, coming towards the end of the month, I see for some of you, there is the feeling of absolutely needing to find a new environment. It's almost the feeling of I need to move away. I need to go away. I can't bear this environment anymore. Maybe falling out with some friends or some people. There's a real feeling of getting angry and going into overkill with somebody, a group of people, team and work, maybe people on social media, or somebody within your environment, could be even neighbours or something like that. There's a feeling of, if only I could get away from all of this. I wish I could just get away from all of them. Okay, so coming towards the end of the month, it seems that that's going to happen. Something's going to turn around, Leo, for you. There's a bit of pressure on, I think, where there's one last annoyance, one last argument, one last to hell with all of you bitches kind of moment, where you're finally free of something. It's almost like feeling pressure from a group of people, pressure from somebody who won't let you move on into doing something in your future, pressure in some way from not having a clear run at something, somebody holding you back, somebody telling you that your ideas will never work out, somebody actually verbally challenging you. I see that here too. Sorry, yeah, somebody verbally challenging you. But what I feel is that it hurt. They don't come out the best for it. You're able to fight back, whoever this is that seems to verbally challenge you. But nonetheless, it seems to hurt. But there's a feeling of, also this thing, Leo, of, that really hurt me. It really hurt me that the way they came at me in that way, I'm never going to let anybody do that to me again. That's ending. I don't have any, it's almost like getting over a fear of being, I don't know, getting over a fear of somebody coming at you in some way over something. So it seems to be quite specific maybe for some of you. It's like you definitely don't want to be attacked about a certain subject because it's very sensitive to you. But yet it happens, and you give as good as you get, Leo. You fight your ground, but at the same time it's almost like, well, it's happened now. I don't have to fear that happening anymore. I know how to defend myself in the future if that happens again. But for me, Leo, something, with this card particularly, something is ending here. And it could be a connection that you have with somebody that you just no longer trust anymore. You can't trust them with something. Maybe you can't trust them with something, or you just can't trust them anymore. But somewhere along the line, it's over. It's finished. You can't trust a word out of their mouth. And you certainly can't trust them to manage your money, or you can't trust them to take care of something. If you have your own business, you can't trust them to take care of that. It's from now on, I've got to take care of this myself. And when you do, Leo, when you do, in comes the star, the brightness comes back, the hope, the optimism, but not from a kind of, like a blind optimistic thing, but more of a real, I understand what I'm supposed to be putting time, energy and effort into that will help me progress in my future. I certainly have a clear understanding of what isn't star quality, or who isn't star quality in my life anymore. I see my own star shining brightly. That's another positive thing that'll happen before the month is out. Your own value, your own good qualities will be shining. And maybe some good luck or reward that comes from you finally being able to shine in some new light, Leo. But more than that, for me, this is the energy of starting to trust again. That you're starting to trust again in your own qualities. I know that sounds like I keep repeating that, but it's, you have the qualities in you to make something positive happen. And you trust that you can make magic happen in this situation. And you trust your skills, your talents and what you bring, and the magic will come. That you don't have to hope and wish and dream for other people maybe to make something happen for you. This is where you take a level of control back, and certainly when it comes to your future, you're taking a level of control back, because that's the only way that you can have the future that makes you happy. So that's quite intense, Leo, I know, but in a month where it's about damage control, I think that you do have the control over the situation this month. And more than that, I think that you will learn how to even get more control over whatever could damage you or your money or your friendships or your relationships or anything like that in the future. You have a much better fierce handle over things now, Leo, and I love that. I love that. Now, my love, as you know, these are just the general energies. And if you want to get into the details, Virgo season, all about the details, to come to the VIMEO readings, the deep read. And in the description box down there below, you'll see a link. You can click into that and come along, Leo. And we'll open up what's going on energy-wise for the couples. Oh my God, for the couples. Also for the singles, all relationships, for money and career, for family, home issues, friend issues, or anything else that we didn't touch upon here. We'll go right into the details in the deep read. So Leo, the link is down there. Come along and we'll get stuck into it, okay? My beautiful, I'm going to leave it at that. And I wish you all this fabulous and ferocious new power to come your way, and for you to make the most of it while it's here. And as always, I'm going to leave you with all my love, my beautiful, and a great big kiss from me to you. Mwah. Until next month, my gorgeous. Bye.